John Osborne here with the FX Education Outlook for October 17th, 2017. We'll start out by looking at the pound US dollar. You can see the trend line we've been watching along the 4-hour chart as it popped up a little bit here after breaking through the daily chart and retesting here. So you can see that we've come back down and broken through this support line by a little bit, put in a little indecision doji here, came up and retested that line, and we're kind of sitting here going sideways on bearish momentum. But we're going to watch and see if this will continue to move lower. Our first target, if we do start to go lower, will be this previous pivot right here at 1.31212. So watch for this one to potentially head lower. We are looking for a little more bearishness on our MACD indicator here, but it is starting to turn a little more bearish. For the US dollar Swissy, you can see that we've been watching for this to break higher here above previous pivots, and so far it's made a little bit of a run up here. We've watched it break through its mini downtrend line here, came back above, retested it, and was kind of moving sideways for a bit, and suddenly just popped up in the last few 4-hour bars. So we're seeing some pretty good initiative here to move higher. Our next resistance that we're going to keep an eye on will be up here at about 0.98070, which we already broke through. So let's watch and see if we can make another run back up there and break through there. We did get a pretty strong bearish candle right here. In fact, it's a bearish engulfing candle, it appears, or close to it, and that pushing us down for a couple of bars. But let's watch what happens as it continues to move sideways there. We're still keeping an eye on this weekly breakout. I think we're coming through just a little bit, but maybe we need a little more strength to get us to move. On the bearish side, the euro US dollar is still staying within or underneath this resistance trend line that we have here. So we're increasing our compression as we get closer and closer to the 1.16799 previous support. So let's watch what happens as it gets tighter and tighter. And you can see we're definitely, after retesting, breaking through this line here, or forming this line, we're actually coming up and not even getting close to coming back up towards it again. So we're trending lower. So our next support is going to be at 1.17163, but we really want to watch for the break of 1.16799. For the dollar loonie, this one is actually a pretty good setup forming here. You can see the bearishness that we see on the 2-hour, and it's coming down towards this support trend line. If we can get through this line, which is about 1.2495 or so, then we could watch for that one to run lower and get us down to this next pivot here around 1.24692 or so. It's a little bit of a congestion area here. Ultimately, we'd like to see if we can get down to this low at 1.24231, and we'll be watching to see if it can break through the daily chart at 1.23742, which is actually below here. And finally, we have the Aussie US dollar, and this one is moving lower here. We actually broke through this mini downtrend line, came up and put another mini downtrend line, and then couldn't break higher. And we've since come back down and gone below the previous pivots, even back here, broke through it, now coming back up and kind of sitting right on that again. And that's given us an opportunity on our 4-hour chart to give a little bit of a trend line here. Now, we don't like it when it gets this far away from the trend line. So if it maybe comes down here and reconfirms the line to see that it's still active, then we can look for a little bit of a hop. But we are looking bearish on our MACD, and we do have an RSI exposure here that's saying that we are overbought at this point, giving us an opportunity to enter as well on a bearish side. And that'll do it for today. Remember, you can subscribe by clicking on the image in the upper right. You can look at previous videos by clicking in the video image in the upper left. And until next time, have a great rest of your day.